Welcome to the Southeast Oklahoma Library System's Digital Art Virtual Program. We are going to be drawing this snowman scene using the app Procreate on the iPad. Along with the iPad, I am using the Apple Pencil. So if you are ready, let's get started. First, I'm going to open up the square canvas. And the first thing I want to do is change the background color to a blue. Maybe about like that. All right, make sure we're on our first layer. I'm going to go to my luminous brush library and pick this nebula brush down here at the bottom. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the same color on there. And I'm just going to kind of color it in. Make sure you fill in the gaps there. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to add a new layer. And this time I'm going to draw the moon. And for that I'm going to use the calligraphy library. And I'm going to use the monoline brush. And I'm going to pick a white. And let's see here, I'm going to draw it right here. There we go, and I'm going to fill that in. And what I'm going to do is duplicate that layer. And on the layer underneath, I'm going to use the magic wand here, and I'm going to use the Gaussian blur effect. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a glow there. I think I'm going to do 50%. I'm going to give it quite a bit. Turn off my magic wand. And I'm going to add one more layer here, and I'm going to turn this into a clipping mask. And I'm going to pick a grayish color here. I'm going to pick my brush library. I'm going to go to textures. And I'm going to use the Kerouang brush. Kind of, yeah, just like that. Let's see, let's undo that, it's a little too dark. Kind of just dab it on there. There we go. And I think I want to give the moon a little bit of a shine, so I'm going to go back to the top moon layer. I'm going to pick my magic wand. I'm going to use this bloom option here. And I'm going to crank that up a little bit there. Let's see here. I'm just going to play with the settings. Yeah, that looks about pretty good. I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to add that layer on top of our sky layer here. I'm going to draw some stars, and I think for this I'm going to use the luminous brush library, and I'm going to use this flare option here. I'm going to use white. And let me see about the size here. I'm going to kind of play with the size. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, there we go. And here's the thing, you can change the size of the brush and give a little bit of a variety. Just like that, just fill in the gaps here. It's all right to have lots of stars. Let's make some bigger ones here. Not that big, but let's see. All right, I think that is enough right there. Let's go ahead and add a new layer on the very top. And let's draw our snowman. I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to use this drawing brush library, and I'm going to use the little pine brush. Now I'm going to have to check and see what my size is. Let's try 24 or 25% there. And what I'm going to do here is draw the body. And I'm going to go do the same thing on this side. Maybe about like that. And I'm going to color it in here. I'm going to kind of pick up my brush a little bit more. Just like that. Just make sure you color it in good. Yeah, just like that. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Yeah, just like that. Now let's add a new layer. And this time I'm gonna draw the head of the snowman. I'm gonna use the same brush, same color. I'm gonna do the same thing. Let's go ahead and fill it in there. Let's see here, I'm gonna turn it sideways a little bit here and alrighty. So let's go ahead and add a new layer. And for this layer, I'm going to use the same brush, but I think I'm going to use a black. And I'm going to draw the snowman's hat. So I'm going to kind of shrink down my brush a little bit here, and let's just give this a try and see what this looks like. And let's kick our brush back up here and let's fill that in. Just like that. Yeah. Make this this part of the head a little bit bigger, maybe. Maybe about like that. Maybe that looks all right. Yeah. So let's go ahead now. I think I'm gonna keep this on the same layer. Actually, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and add a new layer. That gives me a little bit more control in case I don't like the way it looks. Let's go ahead and draw some eyes. Let's shrink that down just a little bit there, and let's draw the mouth. Okay, maybe draw the nose. Just like that. Now what I'm gonna do is let's draw the scarf for the snowman. And I think I'm gonna keep my same brush. I'm gonna play with this here and see how this is going to work. About like that. Maybe fill this in here. Just like that. And let's go ahead and draw the scarf going down. Just about like that. And let's fill it in just like we did that top one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now let's draw some stripes on the scarf. What I want to do, I want to stay on the same layer, but this time I'm going to add it to alpha lock, and what that means is I will only be able to color on the pixels that are on this layer. And let's just do green. About like that. Maybe a little darker. Let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna start. Yeah, just like that. Notice it will not, notice I cannot color outside of the scarf. I'm gonna do the same thing right down here. Just like that. Let's see. Alrighty. I think what I want to do now is let's do the same thing to the head up here. I'm going to do alpha lock on the hat as well. And I'm going to go back to that same red we just used, and I'm going to draw a stripe right there. Oh, there we go. Maybe a little bit more right there. All right, let's draw some snow on the ground. And I think for the snow, let's put it in front, on top of the stars. Let's try that and see. We can always move it if it doesn't look right. Now I think I'm gonna kind of go with a, I don't know, let's give that a try. Now for my brushes, let's use, I'm gonna have to look at these. I'm gonna use this organic brush. And I'm gonna try this clay brush and see what this looks like. Yeah, I think that'll work out fine. Let me try to play with the size a little bit. Actually, you can color on the snowman because that layer is behind. Maybe about like that. Now let me go back. Let's go back to this cotton brush and let me see if I can kind of fill it in a little bit down here. Let's go more whites. About like that. Maybe trying to put just kind of, maybe about like that. Now let's go back to our clay brush, and I'm going to fill that in a little bit on the top there just to give it a little bit, it gives it that texture look. Yeah, I think I am okay with this. Now I think what I want to do is let's add some snow. And for the snow effect, let's do let's see here. Elements. Okay, let's use the elements brush library. I'm going to use this driven snow effect. And I'm going to kind of play with this color for a second here. I can always undo. Let me try gray and just see what that looks like. Let's go more white. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Actually, let's undo this. I put it on the wrong layer. We want this on the very top. There we go. See how easy it is to undo when you mess up on digital art? It's very simple. Now it's going to be over everything. Just like that. And I think we are finished. So here is our snowman scene. If you like this program, like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.